Hey, what's going on, you all? Thank you for stopping by to watch another episode here at Investing with All I See is W, where we talk about finance, personal health, and self-development. Well, today I wanted to make this video on Inovio Pharmaceuticals, biotech company that's working on a DNA immunotherapy vaccine intended for the COVID-19. Well, we know that Inovio Pharmaceuticals is still in clinical trials at this time in phase 2 in the United States, as well as in Australia phase 2, South Korea phase 2, as well as in China phase 2 clinical trials. So clinical trials is underway all around the world right now. And the fact that we hear news with Moderna and Pfizer being granted access for emergency use authorization, there is plans with the operational warp speed to be implemented with the fast approach of getting like UPS and FedEx to support with the scaling and distribution all around hospitals. Now, the anticipation is distributing around 2 million vaccines. However, we know that we need a large dose of vaccines to really immunize the whole entire patient population. That's in the billions. That's why I feel like even though wave 1 vaccine manufacturers are ahead in the game, the question is the quality going to be effective in that it terminates and eliminates COVID-19? We don't know that yet. And if and when we start hearing serious adverse event reported with Moderna and Pfizer through post-market surveillance data, then that means there's going to be exposure to those companies in terms of whether this product works or not. And that's when the wants and needs really comes into play with Inovio Pharmaceuticals. We know that come next year, implementation of scaling up production will happen all around the world, whether it's in the United States or in Japan at Kanika site or at Uology in Germany. But we know that plant sites for operation have been established all around the world through partnerships as contract manufacturers for Inovio Pharmaceuticals. Now it's just a matter of if and when Inovio Pharmaceuticals receives emergency use authorization. And what I feel is that with the current context of where we are with COVID-19 pandemic and how FDA has granted EUA for wave 1 manufacturers, I feel like this is going to provide Inovio Pharmaceuticals an opportunity to showcase why EUA should apply for the INO 4800 as well, and that will be through leveraging international clinical studies data from China, South Korea, Australia, as well as in the United States, and that will support the submission for EUA. And I feel like come Q1 of 2021, Inovio Pharmaceuticals INO 4800 vaccine candidate will be authorized for commercial use through the EUA process, while clinical trials will continue in parallel. And that's going to be very solid for Inovio Pharmaceuticals. And I forecast that the share price come 2021, we shall see positive proceeds. The last 5 months or so, we've been seeing downward trends. However, what comes down must come up. And that's just the theory of law of averages, right? However, with Inovio Pharmaceuticals, we know that it has 15 DNA products in the pipeline, and of the 15 product candidates, there's the VGX 300 that's actually in phase 3 clinical trials demonstrating safety and efficacy results, as well as phase 2 clinical trials INO 5401 for glioblastoma, showing positive news with the brain cancer tumor, as well as the RRP vaccine that was received orphan drug designation, ODD status. So that just shows that the entire product portfolio is working right in terms of safety and effectiveness. And I'm curious to see how INO 4800 plays out with the clinical trials taking place in the United States as well as in the international markets. And once we get the second dosage immunized into patients, then it'll be a matter of what is the data telling us. And once the data is available, then Inovio Pharmaceuticals can position itself to work with the Food and Drug Administration to get an EUA underway. And hey, it's only a few months delay, right? I mean, you think about it, vaccines are being distributed as of today on a small scale. Now come January, February, March, we shall see the Wave 2 manufacturers working very hard to get its vaccine approved. And at that point, the public health will then be able to decide on a wide array of different vaccines, and product attractiveness, product quality will come into play. And that's why I feel Inovio will be ahead of the game, and that's why the Department of Defense is also supporting this company. Think about it. Let's say if there's a worst case scenario where the pandemic becomes more problematic and we see like a potential war taking place, well, from a governance perspective, you want to have the best product that can protect your US troops. And that's why I feel like Inovio Pharmaceuticals is the chosen vaccine manufacturer to work with the government to prepare for worst case scenarios. And that's why electrophoration device as well as the INO 4800 biologics vaccine is being used in combination through research and for the future of advancing clinical unmet needs. And the goal is to terminate this pandemic with COVID-19 with INO 4800. And I firmly believe with Moderna and Pfizer, the vaccines, the true product quality will come into play once we get true data from patients that are immunized. And I feel like just with the news of serious adverse event reporting with patient deaths and serious injuries, that's just very scary, right? I mean, me as a patient, I definitely would just rely on just eating healthier and just staying healthy versus taking one vaccine from Wave 1 vaccine candidates. So that's why I remain bullish with Inovio Pharmaceuticals, and my exit point is at the $80 to $100. Well, once again, thank you for stopping by to watch another episode here at Investing with All I See is W, and let's gain on positive proceeds. All. Thank you and have a wonderful weekend. Bye-bye.